So, how much time do you have on an excavator?
About 5 minutes, maybe 3, more like 3. Yeah, I test drove that one before I bought it, and
here we go.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Megan Woodworth, and we bought acreage out here.
Who's on the grader?
My husband.
You do know. Now, I'm not even going to tell you. You've been coached what to say anyway. This is all a bunch of bullshit lies.
Ma'am, I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. Look, I know what's going on up here. I know why your name's on that property. I know where you came from. I know everything about it. I'm just trying to defend my property. This is my property. That grader goes through my property to get up here.
Yeah, it's a legal easement.
There's no easement.
Interesting.
See, this is what everyone is doing up here. And it doesn't matter. I'm not going to explain it to you. You know exactly why you're up here.
Yeah, to build a home.
This is my property. It's not an easement. The surveyor on that property up there is a fucking liar. He's a corrupt piece of shit liar.
Which surveyor?
And your property has everything to do with it.
Which surveyor?
Pardon?
Which surveyor are you referring to?
The same people that surveyed this down here, the same person. You got Beach, you got DMS, and I can even go all the way back because my family's been here since the beginning of time. So yeah, they couldn't do it without the surveyor. Whatever easement you have going on up there, that's none of my business, but it affects me because it affects the people driving through my property. Everything that's done up there, you know, I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you. I'm not. And I see you doing the same thing in North Carolina as well. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're talking about, ma'am.
What?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about, ma'am.
I can't hear you.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about, ma'am. I mean, we've...
Well, you know, I don't expect you to say anything else but what you're saying. That's nobody ever has a clue when they come up here and put their name on shit. Nobody ever has a clue why.
I mean, we bought property, we went through the county, we went through all of the proper legal channels, so I'm not, I have no idea what the issue is.
You talk to the people that pointed that property out to you. Put your name on that, put your name on McKimmy's property back there too. You know, it's all a bullshit scam, corruption from the beginning of time here. Your name's on both the properties, and they're trying to connect this shit and put it through my property.
Oh, no. Nobody's trying to connect anything. We don't want to be connected to power. We don't want to be connected to water.
No, you're connected to my fucking property. This is not your way up. This is not a road. This is not a county road. It's not an easement unless you're Mr. and Mrs. Sharp from 1972. And yes, I've hired legal help for it. The fucking name's on the titles up to here. So yeah, it's a lot bigger than just you not knowing what I'm talking about.
Well, ma'am, you might get a little bit more help from the people up here if you were kind to them.
Oh no, I'm not going to be kind to anyone. Everyone up here, every name on every title up here knows what they're doing up here. They don't just wander in and decide to build up here. Look, I know where your property's at, who had the property before, why your name's on the property, your property in North Carolina, and every other connection too. So I don't need to know anymore. I've been working on it for years.
Well, I wish you luck. I hope you find some peace.
Fuck sitting on my property.
I will happily move it once you move.
I tell you people, you hear what's going on. And be
I had no idea who that lady was. I knew I'd been warned about a crazy lady neighbor who lived in that location. And there's already a tick on me. But yeah, I'd been warned about a lady who had problems, and you guys can't see it because I blurred her face, but she has a very distinct elective face. I don't think she's in her right mind.
While that was all happening, I was actually chit-chatting with our neighbor on the way up. I thought she was going to pop out as I was driving by at like 2.5 miles an hour or
I
less.
didn't even think about her.
Anyway, I'm more concerned about her because she is crazy, doing crazy things.
Yeah.
And not, crazy people don't think of repercussions, so laws don't really help.
Yeah.
And she's, I'd feel bad for her because she's alone and whatever, alone and does nothing.
She's got to be miserable.
If it wasn't for the fact that she was mean,
Right. That's kind of the bad part about it for us, is that we don't like to be mean to people. What you guys, no, not at all. What you guys saw whenever the interaction started was right after. See, I was running the drone, so it was 150 feet up above me, and I just stopped recording from when he had rolled by, and Wade was in the car behind me. So you'll notice I keep kind of backing up to the back door of the car every time she moves. But yeah, like I was preoccupied, and I saw someone driving up the road in a vehicle I didn't recognize, and they were moving fast, so I thought she was actually gonna like go past me, and she kind of I'm standing on the side of the road, and she slammed on the brakes and pulled up really like next to me, probably 15 feet away. But she was going so fast I thought she was gonna keep driving. So she was behaving strange to begin with. Got out of the car, refused to, I tried to introduce myself. I was like, oh yeah, hi, can I help you? And she was already yelling at me about how she's coming up there to record what I'm doing. And she knows all about what I'm doing. But at the same time, I supposedly know everything about what's going on out there, but she's not surprised that I don't know what's going on out there. But she also won't tell me what's going on.
And then simultaneously saying that it's her property, yet where Megan was parked was actually...
We know who owns
that property. And she also admits in the video to... She's like, I know all the people's names on all the deeds and all the properties up here. It's like, so
this isn't your property.
That they own those properties. And you even mentioned in it that you... like a legal easement for somebody from the 70s. I'm like, dude, those all convey. So, yeah. And she's like, oh, it's all in the courts. It's
very
like,
weird.
I highly doubt that you have the funds to continually battle the county
and all of these individual property owners.
Well, but I'm saying but we don't have any. We're not plaintiffs on anything. So
right.
If that were the case, that would be.
We'd have been made aware. We bought the place a year ago.
Yeah.
So,
So you're full of it. You're crazy.
Anyway, so yeah, that was not fun. But our main concern is just safety. So we're going to be adding some gates, which we were planning on doing anyway. Driveway alarms and improving the driveway, and some more cameras and game cameras, so that when we're not here, whether we're away for a day or a week or whatever, we'll still be able to catch her if she's trespassing. We talked to the county, we talked to the judge, who's also the guy that grades our road, because this is Arkansas. We talked to him and got a pretty good rundown on how the county would like for us to handle this, and yeah, so neighbor drama, yay.
Yeah. So far, the only one that we have problems with.
Yeah, everyone else is like
Everyone
really
else is super cool.
We have a common enemy though, apparently.
Yeah,
So.
everyone does not like her. So.
Yeah.
I got the excavator from Mueller Equipment in Willis Point, Texas. They're like one exit or two from Canton. It's a 313 CSR. CSR? Yes. It's a gray market machine, so never was imported to the U.S. until recently. It's an 07, so pre-emissions and all that jazz, which I definitely wanted. I know, like the gray market stuff, I know it's a problem, like service and parts and all that jazz. I figured I'd be a guinea pig if I had problems with it, and the price, I couldn't pass it up. You know, for a 13-ton machine, or 13-ton capacity machine with a front blade, which we really need. All right, so it's 7 o'clock. We got a couple, I don't know, hour and a half to tack this thing on here. I haven't stick welded in forever, so here we go. Yeah, I forgot to bring the batteries for my welding hood, and mine was dead. So, not solar, and it's been in the box. So, that was a big waste of time, but here we are. Oh. Get my ground on. That gonna clip. Oh man, my ground's broken. You got a new one. See? Got a short. And I got the bugs now. Great. Well, I'm gonna have to just weld on a piece for a ground. It is a split boom, so it has that cool like split boom trenchy feature thing. I didn't think about that when I got it, unfortunately, because I want to run a hammer, but it won't run a hammer because of the split boom. So we'll cross that path if we need to. Pretty darn powerful. I could pick up like 2 or 3 trees at a time. We want to be able to dig our own septic, clear our own trees, hopefully help others, neighbors and stuff, doing the same, at least within the holler, because I'm not putting that thing on a trailer and driving it somewhere, and cutting roads, right? Yeah, we got a lot of roads to cut. Rental fees were like astronomical with the weather around here and everything else. It's like, okay, you know, all right, I want to rent this thing, and then like you have bad weather. It's like, oh, you know, I don't want to rent this thing, and it's got mechanical issues or not available, you know, and we're going to need it for years. I figured it makes more sense cost-wise to do it. Okay, well, as ugly as it is, it's tacked on there, I think. I definitely need to move the bucket to get this thing higher up in the air so I can work going downhill. Keep pushing the puddle up. That one doesn't look too bad. It's still, I mean, I'm using 2 small rods, 3/32, so I think I have 1/8 somewhere. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and undo my straps and see if it moves. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, 2 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 3 on that side, and on the top. Let's see. That's a good sign so far. At least it's holding that much. Okay. Now, let's see this guy. I should probably. I'm gonna scoop up a little bit so I touch these guys and keep them in place before I pull this. I usually work by myself anyway, for the most part. We do have a good amount of help from family and friends and stuff, but day to day, most days I'm by myself. Once we have our next baby soon in October.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. I'm due in October.
That's not true. Is it?
Yeah, it's true.
I was right then. You made it sound like I was wrong.
You weren't even sure.
I just say October. I love you. Anyway, yeah, with the baby coming, the help will probably be in the form of helping with Wade and helping around the house, not so much on the property. Yeah, having the excavator above and beyond the financials and the capability allows us to keep working with just one person. Yeah.
If you want to get in on our email newsletter and make sure you're keeping up with what we're doing week to week, then you can join that at woodiesbarndominium.com. We send emails on Saturday morning, and new videos post Fridays at 7, unless there's a big hiccup, because sometimes YouTube takes longer than it should to upload. We're ready. We're finally moving on stuff out here, and I think everything's going to change with the excavator. It's going to move a lot faster. I can't wait. I can't wait to have a driveway. I really can't wait to have a driveway. Getting in and out of the car to put it in 4-wheel drive and lock the hubs, and it's not awesome when it's raining or when it's really muddy, and it's not going to get more awesome getting in and out of the excursion as I get more and more round.
Now you just look kind of chubby.
Yeah, right now I do just look kind of chubby.
You're really letting yourself go, Megan.
I know. In all my glory. Look like I'm letting my gut hang out right now. We're in the awkward stage at like 17 weeks, so it is what it is. It's very firm, though. It's a firm gut.
Very strong, curvaceous
strong.
abs. Dormant muscle, waiting to be awakened.
Yeah. We'll see.